good to see you there. Welcome to our brand new segment. We're going to call it Mounting Tales. Today we're going to start off with the story of a crow that was from an inch of his life, but thanks to Anna of House of Greco, a Felton business that has all sorts of curiosities and amazing artistic pleasures on offer for the creative-minded. Check it out. This crow was given a new life and able to soar again.
So the other day I had thrown out some food for the crows, came back in to get a little more. Came outside my house and the sun was very bright. And right above my head in this tree, I heard a huge scream. And it was this guy. I thought it was a squirrel and it was a squawky thing, you know. But it was pretty painful sounding. But the sun was very bright, so I chose not to look. I just went about my day, and then the next day I found out my neighbors saw the hawk had taken it across the street, down onto the grass, and just had it back here. And the hawk was like working at its backside here. And he had his wings out, there were feathers everywhere. And then, but all the crows had come around and rallied. And then the hawk spooked and went away. So my neighbor took the bird in, and then I found out about it. So about 2 days later, I got to actually meet him, not knowing it was what happened right above my house. So he's doing pretty well. He has an injured toe right there, and you see that knob right there.
What the hell, right? I mean, I was struck by surprise when I watched this video. It seems pretty intense, but I guess it's a nice reminder of just how brutal nature actually is. Now, I reached out to the director of the Predatory Bird Research Group at the University of California here in Santa Cruz, and I learned something really interesting. This hawk in question, I guess you'd say, you know, the evil force of our story, the mastermind villain here, it's a Cooper's hawk. Now, Zika Glukes, who's out in the field doing research for, with the bird research group there, she told me that this species is always doing this kind of thing, you know, which is maybe unfortunate depending on your perspective. If you're rooting for the crows and whatnot, maybe if you hate crows, then maybe you're on their side or whatever. Basically, I did my own research and found out that in 1928, Charles Lucien Bonaparte actually named this bird after his friend, another birder named William Cooper. And Glukes, the director there over at the UCSC research group, she said, you know, Cooper hawks don't regularly take prey this large. So I'm guessing that either the crow was sick, injured, the crow was mobbing the Cooper's hawk and it fought back, which, you know, there could be two sides to this story, right? Or the Cooper's hawk was just really hungry. Glukes also said, you know, they are bird hunters, so this is very much in their wheelhouse. Just like predatory fish eat smaller fish, it's the same with hawks and falcons. Thanks for reaching out and happy birding. Happy birding to you, Zika. Now, the only thing left to do is see if we can give some tender love and care to a crow that is desperately in need of it. Who better to turn to for that than the kind-hearted, genuine soul, Anna with House of Greco.
We suspect he's got a little something here because she pulled the wing out and saw kind of a sore spot, but no blood.
Just poop? Every once in a while.
Just poop. He was off a little bit wing-wise in one direction the first couple of days, and he does look like he's missing some feathers and stuff. but he's been just hanging out. Hasn't shown much signs of wanting to fly. A little wobbly sometimes. So it looks like he's just taking his time. But he enjoyed the yard today.
Oh, it's like he does a little dance. Terrific. Good job, dude. Right there. You might have been pecked a little.
What's his name again?
Braveheart.
Braveheart. Are you going to lead the charge of your people to save your homeland or what?
Yeah.
Is this one of your new products on offer at your... Or is this...
Considering it.
Is this the mascot? The new mascot for House of Greco?
I do actually collect crow feathers for quills.
Ooh, poop. Poop. Poop happens. Luckily it was on that little...
that's what that's for.
Yeah.
Right?
Right on. So this is like the Gothic master.
Yeah.
So how do I know he's not gonna... do we know if it's a he or a she?
Haven't figured it out
Not
yet.
really sure, but let's...
I don't know how to figure out.
Yeah, maybe that's something I don't need to know probably. But
Yeah.
how do I know he or she is not gonna peck out my eyes all of a sudden?
Well, we've been feeding him and been testing. Oh yeah, you want to move? You want to go in here? We've been testing out. Do you want some food? You want to stay on my hand? If I had the food, I could show you, but he's been eating out of a cup. You want the food? Yeah. He's actually like, see, he'll know if there's food in my hand, but he's pecked at my hand already, and it doesn't hurt at all. See?
Oh.
It's nothing.
Well, nice to meet you, kind sir or ma'am.
Yes, he or she is very docile. Hi, Braveheart. Braveheart's come over for another visit. He's much more perky today. In a bath, see if he wants that. Want some of this? There you go. You've got more energy today. That's good. That's so good. Good job. Your appetite is better.
Should I have Braveheart?
Yo, Drew, it's Anna. It's Wednesday morning. Been meaning to call you as soon as I could. I was calling to update you about the crow. My neighbor and I have been seeing him. Short. After about 10 days, the crow has been in the tree a couple days, and now is back with his other crows. And since the crows live here, you can call me back about it.
So, Mr. Braveheart came over here for a visit, and he had his bath, and he had food to eat, and then he was walking around down here, and then he went to the bushes back over there by the street, and we were like, we don't want him to, go out in the street. So we kind of cornered him back out here to this Japanese maple, and while I was right there with him, I picked him up and I tossed him in the air, and he took his first flight, and he landed in a tree over there. And my neighbor went home, and then I went inside, and I was looking out of the window, and a crow came over and landed next to him, and that was the coolest because we weren't sure if the crows would take him back. And then I fed him. I went back over there. I had to take just feed him, and he was eating still out of the cup and drinking out of the cup. And then he ended up flying to the back of this bigger redwood tree, and it's pretty high, so I had to feed him off a stick. And my neighbor and I looked in, and then we decided to leave him there for the night, and that was hard, but he did fine. And we came out in the morning, and he still wasn't going anywhere. He wasn't just flying by himself, so we fed him some more, and then he disappeared. So we figured he was off with the crows, and next day, my neighbor was looking at these power lines here across the street, and she saw the whole flock on it, and one guy on the end, he was rocking like this, and his feathers were kind of, so she's pretty sure that was him. And since then, the crows have been here every day, and I keep looking for him, and one day there was one all the way up to the house by himself, and I'm thinking that could have been him, but just still waiting for that time where I can get maybe a good video and zoom in on his foot or something, just to make sure it's him. But
So how do you feel about the whole crow adventure, looking back on it?
oh, it was awesome. It was just a total, I'll never forget it. He trusted us, and it was so sweet. And then he was ready to go back to his flock. He suddenly got wild on us in the last day or so. He was just ready. So it was magical. It was really awesome.
Thanks for joining us for our first edition of Mountain Tales. Stick around on the channel, hit subscribe if you liked what you saw, because there's another one coming up soon. It's going to feature a look back at what happens in the case of a torrential downpour that forces an evacuation. But for now, enjoy your reading, enjoy your gallivanting, get something done.